Hey guys, Doyle here with Doyle's Basement Records. I hope everyone's doing great. This is gonna be an episode. I just watched a vinyl documentary. It was Alan's, I believe, like Ziggs or ZWEIGS. That's how you spell his last name. It's just called Alan Zweigs Vinyl. If you just type in like vinyl documents on YouTube, it's pretty much the first thing that pops up. And I watch. It's about, I think it's an hour and 50 minutes, and I'm gonna do my review on it, kind of talk about it. It's a pretty good documentary. I definitely gonna check it out again. I think it's an above average. If I had to rank it from a scale of 1 to 5, 2 being all right, 3 being good, 4 terrific. You know, I think it's like right at 3.5 in that area. At least for the first time watching it. More I've been thinking about it, it's kind of been growing on me a little bit more. But man, it's very interesting because he taught. This is, I think, released in the year 2000. So he's recording a bunch of different serious like record hoarders, or they call them record collectors, but people who just buy so much records in their and he's just talking to them, kind of get to know them, and like it grabs you kind of off the beginning. There's this one guy he's talking about. He's like, man, I really went through a James Brown phase. And he's like, well, how many James Brown albums? You guys like, yeah, I bet I got a few. You know, maybe not too much. I only got about 65 of them just on LP. And he's like, yeah, that's a lot. Oh man. And then there was another part that kind of cracked me up. There's this one guy who had thousands of records, and he was telling him about his cleaning process. And he's like, I actually went from A to Z. He cleaned with the old like vacuum on it, where he had to spin it around. You hear clicks on the noise, and he has the brush. He went from A to Z, and he said it took 3 to 4 years. And the guy was like, "You never like, what if I have a like, okay, we're on A, so we're cleaning AC/DC, let's say. It's like, what if you have a hankering for like Warren Von Z? You know, listen, no, never. He's like, I went through it and cleaned every single one. I was like, man. I don't know if he's telling the truth on that one, but Alan was like, good God. Sorry, guys. I'm going to be kind of all over on this. I'm just kind of, now I'm talking about it. Some of my favorite parts. And man, there's a lot of rude comments. There was one, he's like, don't you think you're just a loser and you don't, what was it? Oh, you're just a loser who hates yourself. Don't you think that's you? I was like, my God, man, I couldn't see it. Even if I'm thinking that, I'd be so. That's probably why he's a good interviewer in this, and I'd be too scared to. Man, you just too big. It animates yourself. I was like, oh, okay, Alan, here we go. And they were saying quite a few times, you know, it's not just music. It's something about collecting, wanting it, having the obsession with it. My God. There's this one guy on here, diehard Elvis fan, Elvis Presley. I know a few of his songs. I've never been a big Elvis fan. I've heard more people talk smack on him in the record store because all the stuff he supposedly stole. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. You know. So a lot of people, it's crazy. A lot of people don't like him, but a lot of people do at our store. I do have Elvis guys who want everything as well, but I know a lot of people were like, I wouldn't listen to him. He's like, yeah, he stole everything. But anyways, I'm getting off topic. I don't know. Like I said, I never dived into it. I don't have an opinion. I'll listen. And then they were at this guy who was talking to Elvis, and Alan says, so how many records would it take to have every single Elvis Presley song on an actual album? And he was like, oh, I'd say about 120 to 130. And he was like, oh, that's a lot. And then you have 600 of his LPs? And he was like, yes. Huh. You have 300 of Elvis's 45s? I guess I do. You have 140 something of Elvis CDs. And he even says, I'm not even going to mention the 78s. And then he goes, and you have about 30 Elvis box sets. He's like, so you have every song of his at least 10 times on some type of platform. I was just like, my God. And he's like, yeah, he's like, I can't help it. I want everything by him. And they even show another, it was a couple who was an Elvis nut. Both of them were Elvis nuts. I mean, just their whole fucking house, man. Everything was Elvis related. Like it's that complete the completest that obsession is like I gotta have everything by that certain artist, a certain musician. Oh man, and speaking of Alan, man, through the whole thing, he seemed like to me seemed like a lonely, very depressed guy too. Man, and there's a little part where they show his dog's pretty much dying in front of you. Like at first you don't know that, and he has this like big. It looks like one of those giant New York slices of pizza. I'm like, why is he giving that to the dog? And because he's filming it too inside of his house or apartment. I don't know. I don't know what it is where he lives. But where's I getting that? Oh, I'm sorry. He's feeding his dog, letting his dog eat. And you're like, why is he letting him eat that? I mean, like I said, it's a slice this big. Crust to crust, that it's a very big slice of pizza, and then it shows him. He's telling like, "That's my best friend. He's dying." It gets pretty sad in that, and then he's always killing mice in his house too, because his house is just like, and it's not real dirty or anything. It's just these mice keep getting in. It doesn't say where he lives unless I missed it. It feels like a Chicago or New York, since all these mice are everywhere in his apartment. Like I said, it just seems like a really lonely guy too. And he did a little when he's kind of just talking, he's filming himself like in the mirror with this like the old VHS camcorders. He's filming himself just sitting down, and you can see like half of him in the mirror, and then other stuff. And he's just talking. I don't know. He seems like a pretty lonely guy. Sorry, I'm getting a little warm now. In it, and then especially in the part where he's filming, and it's God, I don't remember if it was Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. He's like, I'm watching Leaving Las Vegas. That's when Nicolas Cage says I'm gonna kill myself by drinking, and he's like, I don't know if it's depression in me, but watching that movie just makes me want to start drinking a lot more. I was like, holy shit. Man, and then he talks about kind of towards the end how he just, it's been several months before I even left my apartment. Like, obviously going to get groceries or whatnot, but goes right back in and just doesn't leave. Which is pretty, it's like, man, I had to look it up. I'm like, man, I got a feeling this guy killed himself kind of soon after this. No, he's very much alive. And there was another scene where this one guy, what was it? What year? He said, I think it was in like 86. He moved, left all of his records with his brother. Then his brother left, and then he had to there was no place to take the records, and they videotaped some of them just dumping the records into the trash can, and they show his new record room, and then he's like, yeah, just start over. He's like, but I don't regret any of it. And he's like, I guess I could have tried a little harder to sell them or whatnot. But, and then the main guy, Alan, he would find throughout the movie, he was taking records outside his house or condo apartment and filming across the street where businesses are. And he put all these free vinyls, and he just videotape it, people stopping and taking free records and going. Man, and okay, I kind of went all over the place on this. Probably said a little bit more than I needed to, but it's a very interesting. Like I said, there's no doubt I'm going to check it out again probably the next couple of weeks, if not sooner. Knowing me, I've been known to watch a few things over and over, especially if I like them. It's a curse. But man, yeah, I just started another one. Just type type in vinyl documentaries or type in Alan Zweigs vinyl, and first thing that pops up. It's an hour and 50 minutes. It's interesting seeing how some of these guys are actually crazy. Like, there's one guy, he just has all the ticks that I've seen in an upper junkie. Crack or meth, mainly meth. He doesn't have any of the sores yet, which maybe he might just be not all fucking there. Because he has these little ticks about him, and just the way he describes his words and certain stuff like that just makes you think he's not all there, but he's got tens of thousands. He's always chain smoking in it. Got a kind of a, almost like a, he's got a mulligan. We almost got a Hitler stash. Like, it's real thick right here. It kind of thins out as you go. Almost like that Michael Jordan mustache. But, man. Yeah. All right, guys. Like I said, check it out. Let me know what you think if you do, or if you've already seen it. And I appreciate it, guys. Till next time.